A good provider, just because you can put a roof over my head does not make you a good man. A good man is a good man. He's kind, he's strong, he's compassionate, he's reliable, he doesn't cheat. There's a lot of things that make good men beyond whether or not they keep the lights on and the mortgage paid. That's semantics. That's financial, period. There were a lot of very unhappy people in marriages for a very long time. I mean, you know this historically, if you talk about the blue bloods, the 1% of the 1%, most of them have agreements, because their marriages are true business transactions.
Still that way in a lot of parts of the world.
For sure. And that's what I'm saying is that, to me, marriage isn't the determining factor of high value in terms of character.
Yeah, we agree on that.
And
we agree on that.
But what I'm saying is, so when you have this, we agree on that, but I'm telling you.
So now how do we determine what high value means?
Well, and that's what I'm saying to you is that you come from a school of thought that's still, I think.
Traditional?
For sure. And you know that. You say that oftentimes. Where what happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. And, if you were to judge a man just by what the house looks like and the lawn looks like and how well kept his family is, that's a good man. Doesn't mean he's not beating his wife. Doesn't mean he's not belittling. Doesn't mean he's not emotionally or financially abusing her.
It doesn't mean he is either.
1,000%. But you cannot judge a relationship by its cover, right?
Correct, because it could be the opposite. She could be abusing him.
1,000%.
And I think this goes along the lines with most men. You judge a lot by how a woman carries herself, her personality, her manner. You can pick that out. And you can go to a really high-end restaurant, and if a stripper walks in right after work, she sticks out like a sore thumb, where you have all this, so to speak, high-value at the bar, and then a stripper walks in, she sticks out like a sore thumb. And it works both ways. You could be at a nice blue-collar bar having a beer.
Make her low value?
What?
Does being a stripper make her low value?
I'm telling you.
She could have a PhD.
I'm telling you what a man. This is just as this.
But what's funny is,
and she could, but have great manners. Excuse me, sir. She could be just an inappropriate dresser.
But I think what's happening, though, now, as we have this conversation, and there's many people, and not just in your age bracket, younger. We saw this with Homeboy, the guy that I hate, that's in Romania.
Oh, Tate.
Yeah. He created a whole new wave of this, kind of
value.
Yeah. Machismo, high value, low value. I'm going to tell you you're a low value woman. And to me, it's ironic because I feel like when we hold men to the same standards of what makes you high value, that's where the problem is coming in. Men don't like being held to the same standard as far as character
because men
goes.
And women are different.
No, but that doesn't matter, though, because I still hold my people. Wait a minute, though. I still, when I'm judging a man, or I don't want to say judge, but when I'm getting to know somebody, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're not a good human being, if you don't make me feel good about myself when I'm with you, I don't care if you have, 8 figures in the bank, multiple pieces of property.
So what you're saying is if he was a good man, you'd support him for the rest of his life?
Absolutely not. I didn't say that.
Well, if you're judging off of them being a good person and
money,
not financial.
No. What I'm saying is your money doesn't make you worthy. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I feel
now, I'm also saying.
But you got to have it if you're going to be with Kimmy.
You got to have it. I mean, yeah, you have to have a job. Yes.
Okay. All right.
You have to be able to support
asking.
yourself. Ain't nobody out here trying to support somebody else. And
I'm
honestly, we've had that conversation too. And it's difficult. If you date an alpha man, he's not going to be okay with you supporting him anyway. That's difficult. I think you have to have somebody who's at least on your level financially, if not doing better than you, to maintain a healthy dynamic depending on the type of personality you like to date. I like to date strong men. So obviously that's one of the things. But beyond that, there have to be other positive characteristics. Your money can't be everything you place your value on, right? When you walk into a room, just because you rolled up with a Rollie and a Ferrari outside, and again, you've got an Amex Black card and multiple pieces of property, that doesn't automatically make you high value in my mind, because I know a lot of people like that, and they're in relationships. I love them. They're friends of mine, right? But they're not good partners.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just funny because the same way the girl sounds ridiculous saying because of how she looks, she's high value, the man saying he's high value because he's got X, Y, Z, I don't have kids, blah, 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 like those things. Like, okay, cool. Like, are you a good human being though? Do you make me feel good about myself? Are we going to, be compatible?
Would you date an ugly man?
Would I date an ugly man? This is going to sound so shallow. Well, first of all, attractiveness is subjective too, because I've dated people that I thought were cute that I'm sure other people would be like, what the f? So that's one thing. If it was off of a situation where I walked in somewhere.
Would you date Albert Einstein? No,
I know he's Albert Einstein. Would I date somebody? Here's the thing. I think if you meet them in a situation where you don't know what they look like. Do you understand what I'm saying though? Like if it were to be like on some pen pal I fall in love with you that way. Maybe you're attractive to me because I fell in love with your personality.
So therefore, looks really do matter. Presentation matters a lot.
For sure.
And with money comes presentation. So, all right.
Not all.
Let's. I understand.
You can be.
Walks in the room wearing a Rolex, nice shirt, asking me out on a date. She's opting in, probably.
Did he make me laugh? I don't just say yes to everybody that asks me on dates.
I feel you, but
even if they're attractive.
But they had a swagger.
He probably has a better chance of getting a yes out of a date. You know what I mean? But if we go out to eat and all you're doing is talking about your Rolex and, flexing and bragging and you're rude to the wait staff and you don't tip your valet.
A lot of these places in South Florida have these women that come to the bar with their friend,
Yep.
feeling like they're really, really high value. And for someone who can hold a conversation with anyone, they're not worth
What makes them think that they're high value,
I'm
though? Asking
because where they are and where they're putting themselves is an attempt, just like I was talking about, you go to the blue-collar place, you have the girls there that feel like they're, ready for the king of the hill. And, and you have the other girls who are at bars on Las Olas that are searching for millionaires. That's what they're searching for. And it's like they feel like they're so high value and that they're worth, a millionaire's. But truly, the guys who don't just rely on their money, that don't, they laugh at it.
That's the more important part of the conversation. Like, I love a person that I feel like I can breathe around. Like I told you this, like that I can just, it's not even about talking. I talk for a living.
Yeah.
Just somebody that you feel comfortable enough with.
Well, a lot of that just goes to energy also. You can, if you're in tune with people's energy, which a lot of people are not, they don't get it. They don't, a lot of guys, I don't think, get that.
Well,
because
that's peaceful energy as opposed to chaos.
They're all about, tight T-shirts and whatever cologne they get put on, and that's how they're exuding themselves. But, just basic energy, when you talk to people, right off the bat.